My first question goes to the coach. Hello, I would like to ask you what you expect from Slavia Prague. What will you tell your players about Slavia Prague? And how do you see these two matches to happen?
Okay, I think that was 3 questions in one, so I'll do my best to answer all 3. We will tell the players that they need to be ready and they need to be at the very best to complete this challenge, because Slavia are a very good team, a very efficient team, really strong, powerful, can run a lot, and can also play from a technical point of view. So we're well aware of the size of this challenge, and we have to be at our very best to complete it.
To byly 3 otázky, pokud se nemýlím, zkusím dát jednu odpověď na všechny 3 společně. Řekl jsem svým hráčům, aby byli připraveni, je to velká výzva. Slavia je velký, silný a velmi efektivní tým, který je nesmírně výkonný a také hodně běhá, má velmi dobrou techniku, takže je třeba, aby všichni hráči si toho byli vědomi, aby nepodcenili velikost tohoto týmu a aby odvedli nejlepší výkon, jak jen to půjde.
Thank you. In that case, we will move on to English only section. Michael Grant, would you like to go first, please?
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
Obviously, it was a massive weekend for the club. I suppose you had to get the balance right between celebrating it the way that you wanted to, but also kind of reining it in so that the players and yourself are ready for the game tomorrow.
Yes, you're quite right. Obviously, the size of the achievement and the emotions that came with that, I think the players deserve to celebrate. They've worked ever so hard during this journey, sacrificed a lot, put a tremendous amount of effort into to get this done and get it over the line. We also, as a group, have had some criticism along the way, and we've been down at times along the way as well. So when you finally get this over the line, the feeling's difficult to describe. But now we're back in the routine. Spoke to the players yesterday at length, and we had a session where we got the legs moving again. They've had a chance to get some rest, and it's actually a good thing that we're going away now, because we can monitor all the food and the hydration levels and get them ready to fire once the kick-off comes. But it's just been an incredible few days, obviously difficult to describe in an interview.
Andy Newport, please.
Stephen, you obviously throughout your career had a lot of highs, it's also some bitter lows. To what extent does what your team achieved at the weekend there make up for the hurt that you've achieved during your playing days?
To be honest with you, I haven't really had time to reflect and really think about the last 2-3 days and compare it to other achievements in my career. I don't think it's fair to compare achievements. What I achieved as a player was fantastic, of course it was, but I'm on a different journey, I'm on a different career path, I'm at a different club. So it's not really about me from a personal point of view and me making up for previous highs or lows or comparing stuff. It's about Rangers, it's about achieving our first massive goal together. It's all about the players and the supporters for me. And as I say, in this position, I'm extremely proud of both. First and foremost, the players for doing the majority of the job and doing it in style, but also the backing that we've had since the first day I came in has been incredible as well.
Gabriel, go ahead, please. Gabriel, go ahead, please. Thanks, Andy.
Hi, Stephen. I appreciate that the mantra for the majority of the season is one game at a time, but I just wonder how you view the rest of the campaign. Do you almost have closure now that the league's been won and you can focus on going as deep into the Europa League as you can? Of course, you've got the condensed Scottish Cup. Or will the focus after these 2 games still very much be on doing the best you can in the league, perhaps equaling the points record and also staying unbeaten?
I think externally, you know me well enough now that the mantra will always be next game, next challenge. But we want to add to what we've already achieved. We've got internal targets. We know how we want the rest of the season to look. We've got 2 incredible fixtures on the horizon in terms of the Europa League. We want to go further than we did last year. We want to try and build on what we've already achieved in Europe this season, which has been fantastic. And then obviously we've got a huge Old Firm game to look forward to. And then the Scottish Cup begins in the split game. So there's so many exciting games and challenges internally that we want to go and try and achieve. And that's the way it is at Rangers. It's not about resting on your laurels and down in tools because you've achieved something so big. It's about going and trying to add to that now and make sure that the season's even more successful than it is where we're sitting right now.
Matthew Lindsay, please.
Hi Stephen.
Good morning.
How can you tap into the feel-good factor of your achievement on Thursday and going forward in the rest of the season?
Well, I think the players have certainly been on an almighty high. I think in amongst that there was a superb performance against St Mirren, a really strong performance that we played in style and we looked really excellent on the day. You get a different view of that from up in the director's box, but it was an extremely strong performance, and that was on the back of a big performance away at Livingston where we had to win in a different way. So the players are in a good place in terms of form. So I want them to go into the next two games with confidence and belief, but with respect, because this challenge is big. Anyone you face in the last 16 of a major tournament in Europe is going to be difficult. But I still have belief that if we can find two really strong performances from a European point of view, it gives us a good chance of getting through. So it's a really fascinating set of fixtures coming up.
Robert Grieve, go ahead please.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
And all the kind of celebrations, we saw a lot of kind of video clips flying down, Steve. I think there was a great one of yourself doing a bit of a Klinsmann dive in the dressing room, which looked a bit of a good spot.
Yeah,
where did that come from?
I think that's just getting lost in the moment. I was goaded into that by the players. I've goaded them for so long and demanded so much from them. The least I can do is get lost in the moment, I suppose. But it's not in a little bit of Sudocrem hasn't sorted out. And as I say, I'm back in the routine, I'm hydrated and I'm ready for the next challenge.
Stephen Halliday, go ahead please.
Hi Stephen, can you update us on which Ryan, Jack, Kemar, Roof, you're likely to have either of them back for Thursday? Yeah,
Kemar will train this morning. He'll be back in the group. He'll travel with us over to the Czech Republic, and he's available. Jacko is, if I wanted him to be ready, he could be, but I've decided to just hold back on him. So he'll be available for the second leg. I don't think it's right to push Ryan. Ryan's had a bit of a different injury this time, and last time we probably pushed it a little bit too quick. So I've decided, rather than the medical team, to just hold fire on that. Difficult decision, but I think it's the right in the big picture. Obviously James is going to be a little bit slower.
Luke Shanley, please.
Morning, Stephen. You were talking about the rest of the season and the big games to come. There was some doubt about the Old Firm game or questions being raised because of what the government have said. What can you say to reassure them and the wider Scottish public to make sure that these big games go ahead before the end of the season?
I think I've already addressed this yesterday. I'm here to talk about Slavia and the challenges that are on the horizon. I'll let them conversations continue with the powers that be. That's above my head at this football club. I'll continue to relay messages like I have previously, and let's hope that these games can go ahead.
David Edgar, please.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
In a way, is having a European game probably the best fixture after all the emotion of the weekend, because this team has shown in the past that it really relishes the European arena?
Well, I think the weekends gave us that feel for success and that hunger and that feeling. And if I know these players as well as I think I know them, they'll want more. They want to go and build on what we've achieved. We've spoke about it and discussed it at length yesterday. And it'd be really interesting to see what level of performance we can find. They trained well yesterday. They were in the zone. They were focused. We've got another session today with preparation and game plan ready for tomorrow, and it's a game that we're all looking forward to.
Libor, do you want to double check if any Czech journalists want to ask another question, please?
Yes, sure. Je tady ještě nějaká poslední otázka od českých médií, prosím. Nyní je prostor pro vaše poslední dotazy na trenéra.
Dobrý den, jestli můžu. Slyšíme se?
Ano, slyšíme, povídejte.
Dobrý den, já bych se zeptal pana trenéra, jak ho zaujal výkon Slavie proti Leicesteru, protože Leicester patří k nejlepším týmům Premier League, teď hraje v první čtyřce a vlastně Slavia udržela ty jeho hvězdy na úzdě, nedostala žádný gól, tak jak tohle ho zaujalo a jak bude těžké překonat obranu Slavie, protože to bude určitě jedním z klíčů k tomu, abyste mohli uspět. Děkuju.
My question goes to the coach. What was your impression on the match that Slavia Prague played against Leicester, which is one of the most performant teams in Premier League, one of the top 4 teams? How did you like the match? They didn't get any goal, and how would you assess their defense?
I think Slavia's performance over both legs was extremely strong. Leicester are a very good team with a good coach who have so far had an excellent season, so instantly it made you well aware of the size of the challenge that we're going to face. This is a team who's going extremely well domestically. So as I say before, we've got major respect for the opposition, for the players, for the coach, and as far as we're concerned, we know that we have to be at our maximum in terms of our performance to get this job done.